Welcome back to my backyard snack yard on a beautiful, slightly overcast day here in Dorset, England. We're just coming out of a really wonderful heat wave where the temperature soared to 34 degrees Celsius at times. It was so hot, so wonderful, and it really brought out all the flowers, including this kiwi berry. This is an Issai, self-fertile, so it produces fruit without the need for a male partner. It does so parthenocarpically, but it also produces better with a male partner. So I have planted a male nearby. He's just too young to produce fruit just yet. He might take a few years. The thing about the Issai that's so amazing is not only does it produce really wonderful, tasty, cute fruit, but it does so immediately. So within the first year of me planting him back in 2020, she produced a few berries, and then it got better and better every year. And now, a few years on, 6 years on, she's just doing so well and is so full of these wonderful, very sweet smelling flowers. They really attract all sorts of pollinators. Lots of bees and things, which is wonderful. And we have something else even more exciting to a certain extent. Look, over here we have a furry kiwi, one of those brown ones that we know from the supermarket. This one's called Jenny, so it is self-fertile. It does not need a pollination partner. I planted it the same year as I planted the Issai back in 2020. And this is the first year we've got flowers, and the flowers are enormous. Let me try to get closer. They're really high up, right at the top of the trellis, but there are lots of them. The flower buds got really, really fat, and the sun has made them open, and look how beautiful they are. So large. Really, really stunning. If we see how small the berry ones are, kiwi berries, and then compare it that way to these ones. These ones are probably 4 times the size of the kiwi berry ones, which I think also fits with how big the fruits are compared to the berries. It's really hard to see them. They're all sort of situated quite awkwardly, and it makes it difficult to see them. But I am just so excited to have some right now, and I'll definitely keep an eye on them. These ones, when these ones open, they'll be more visible. These ones here. Oh, they're so lovely. It's so exciting to have them for the first time. So I'll keep an eye on them, and we will see how they develop, and hopefully have some fruit tastings later, all sorts of things. Lots of fun to come. So exciting. I've also got lots of berries growing along this trellis, including these Logan berries here. I kept getting cuttings from them as we pruned them, and they're just growing everywhere. They're really good, easy croppers. Great croppers. The berries are super jammy and super delicious. Whoops, lots of fun. So, that is really exciting to see so many beautiful flowers open now. I just have to make sure I keep them watered because they can really dry out. This vine is really supporting lots of flowers, and we don't want to risk that. It's been so dry lately, so I think there's like a proper reservoir down there because we had so much rain for months and months. But now things are drying out, and actually you can see up here, I don't know if a bird broke this or something, but I need to trim that off. It's not a sign of any drying. It's just, I think a bird snipped that or something. But wow, look at that. It's such an attractive vine, and such a tasty one too, so it just looks beautiful all summer long. And then of course during the winter it's just like a dead twining stick, but really lovely right now. There are also some red raspberries, which are just starting to come in, the first ones over here. So that is looking exciting. I think the birds got the first ones, but there are a few still. How very fun. So, I'll keep an eye on these and just enjoy the flowers and the wonderful scent for right now. So much fun. Thank you for joining me. I will see you next time. Bye for now.